All right, if you've been with us for any length of time, you know on the 208, we like to approach the news a little differently. For example, we try to avoid the same old approach to the same old stories that come around every year. Planning to travel during a holiday? Every reporter is going to remind you to pack your patience. The temperature gauge inside a hot car? That's been done. Did you know there's a filter that needs to be changed for your air conditioner to run better? Probably. We can go back in the KTVB archives and find countless stories that say and show those exact things. 4th of July, no exception, especially when it comes to fireworks in the Treasure Valley. We gathered stories from 1997 through 2013, all done on fireworks safety, right around the July 4th holiday. Did you know they could be dangerous? If not, consider this your yearly reminder.
White flowers in purple and more crackling in purple.
When these colorful stands open,
yep, it's that time of year.
Firecracker stands are popping up all over Boise.
we know summer is really here.
Can I help you guys find anything?
Arlene Linderer's fireworks stands are open for business, ready to serve the 4th of July crowd.
These are 5 for $1. You can get 2 more of these.
And the time of year, every year, for the warnings that come with them.
It only takes that one firework, that sparkler, that ground bloom flower, before that fun tradition of the 4th of July turns into a major disaster.
These tiny fireworks may look like harmless fun for the 4th, but when misused, they can cause dangerous fires.
If you plan on setting off some fireworks this holiday weekend, you need to be careful your fireworks don't start their own fire show.
Make sure you're in a safe spot. I mean, they can cause fires, especially when you're not being careful, which is where most fires start from.
And for most fires to start, you need fuel.
The wet spring has led to a lot of fire fuel that's just starting to dry out.
Dry fuel.
Our fuel levels this year are extremely dry.
Dry winds blow through high grass in the Boise foothills this 4th of July, a sign that when night falls and fireworks rise, trouble is sure to begin.
Especially with the grasses drying out the way they have been in the last week and a half.
And it is very dry, and you can see right now it's windy.
And wind. Dry fuel and wind.
All it takes is, for example, a little spark from one of those sparklers and a little bit of breeze, and you get a fire that's not only spreads very quickly, but it's very hard to contain.
If it's windy out on the day that you're lighting off fireworks, even if you're using legal fireworks, you need to be especially cautious.
But even those small sparklers can pose a big threat in dry conditions.
If only we could see how much of a threat.
Oh, here we go.
He lights a sparkler and throws it into some brush. Immediately, it catches the brush on fire. Now watch how quickly it spreads.
Notice the timer in the corner. Not a lot of time passes before this whole area is black.
With dry grasses, all it takes is one little spark from a firework. And suddenly everything around it goes up in flames.
Any firework can start a fire.
Yeah, but mostly it's the illegal ones.
Over the years, it's become a more and more problem for us.
As for illegal fireworks, there's a reason they are illegal.
They have a tendency to go a long ways and start fires out in the middle of nowhere.
Okay, so what is illegal?
Idaho outlaws any fireworks that leave the ground. Sparklers and fountains are okay in most places.
Anything that flies or explodes it tends to be illegal.
Anything that flies is illegal. Any firework that has a big display or shoots out sparks more than 15 feet, and fireworks that explode, such as M80s or firecrackers.
They can have sparklers, but they shouldn't go over about 15 foot in the air. They shouldn't shoot any type of flaming balls. So they need to stay on the ground, and also they shouldn't project themselves.
They are those that go boom or fly in the air.
In a nutshell, if they fly in the air, if they explode, if they emit showers of sparks,
they're illegal.
These bottle rockets range in size and price, but what they have in common is they're all illegal in the state of Idaho. Still, people are buying them anyway.
But wait, what?
It's a little flaw that's in the law, the state law, that allows for the sale and possession of aerial fireworks, but not the discharge of them.
Some of these ones, I need you to read this. It's an affidavit saying that you can take it out of the state of Idaho.
However, we know they show back up here in Boise.
And based on the amount of aerial fireworks you see over the city of Meridian or the city of Boise or any other city here in the Treasure Valley, you know that they're not taking them out of state to fire them off.
Know what else is illegal?
In the Boise foothills, everything is off limits.
We do not allow open flames at all. Certainly we don't allow fireworks.
But because of the fire danger, all fireworks are banned on public lands.
Fireworks are banned up in the foothills, but that's not stopping some people from setting them off up there anyway.
Which is why there's also a find out phase of fireworks.
In the past, Boise Fire did not have anyone out enforcing the ban on illegal use in town during the 4th. This year, they will.
Anyone caught misusing fireworks will be cited and fined $300.
Lighting the fuse could put you in the big house for 6 months and cost you more than a handful of pennies.
2006, it was a much different story.
We were given about one every 7 or 8 minutes.
Hanneman says more than 120 tickets and warnings were given out in a 3-hour period.
We do have fire inspectors out that will be out over the weekend writing citations. Boise Police Department, they're keeping a close eye on it also.
They can be subject to up to a $1,000 fine. And if they do start a wildfire, then they will be responsible for the damages.
Yeah, I know. It's a lot to remember.
Try not to have your kids wearing loose clothing because it could be set on fire.
But if you forget...
Primarily, people just want to get out and have a good time and enjoy the 4th.
They also want you to do it safely.
There's a good chance we'll be back next year.
Just use common sense and be safe and you'll be okay.
To remind you,
common sense is not so common anymore.